There are a lot of things that you can do to improve your experience in Rust. Whether it's a new building mechanic, a survival trick, or even a simple quality of life hack. So, to help you get better, or maybe to teach you something new, here are 21 things you should start doing in Rust to take your gameplay to the next level. Make sure to hit that like button below, subscribe to the channel, and check out today's sponsor. Rustly is one of the fastest growing Rust websites with a lot of games to play, many deposit methods, including skins, cards and crypto, and instant withdrawals with a store full of skins. You can claim 5 free cases by using code STELIC or clicking the link in the video description. You can battle against real players or bots in games like Case Battles, Coin Flip and even Minefield, and win cool skins. And if it's not enough for you, you can get a lot of bonuses and free cases every 24 hours. In fact, you can get 5 free cases right now if you click the link in the description, or go to rustly.com and use code STELIC. And now, let's get back to the video. If you've been afraid to use the recycler on the launch site, I'll show you how to do it safely. All you need for this is barricades. Just place them on this ledge and they will stick to it. Continue this along the entire length of the ledge to completely enclose the recycler. And now you can safely recycle components without worrying about being shot at or having nowhere to hide. You can do the same on the mining outpost, but here you have the option to block one of the entrances completely using a couple of barricades. This way you have at least one side covered, which makes the game much easier. So you should definitely start using barricades to keep safe while recycling. And this trick should be used by all nakeds. As you can see, I don't have any weapons behind my back, in my hands or on my hip. However, this is not true, as I have an AK in the quick slot that I can instantly pick up and start wiping. If you just choose the surrender emotion, the AK will be visible behind your back and enemy players can see this too. But if you take this AK in your hands and now choose the surrender emotion, the weapon will not be seen from behind or in your hands. This means you can catch your enemies off guard. If you want to make an unusual shooting floor, you should start using small boxes. If you put it normally, there won't be any gaps at the bottom. However, you can raise this box slightly above the window, creating a gap at the bottom, through which you can shoot your enemies. If you're going to raid someone, make sure you have HV rockets with you. That's because, for whatever reason, HV rockets have a larger damage radius than normal rockets, allowing them to damage other players even through doors. You can run pipes through the ceiling, allowing to hide boxes in the honeycombs. First, you need to build the ceiling and attach the industrial combiner to the wall as slow as possible. Next, remove the ceiling and attach the second combiner to the right of the first as I show. Check if you can build a ceiling. If so, you have done everything correctly. Next, take the industrial splitter and attach it to the left of the combiner as I show. Check again if you can build a ceiling. If so, your system is ready. Now you can connect those pipes to and from the box and upgrade the ceiling into metal or high wall. With this system, you can hide some loot in the honeycombs between the ceilings, which your enemies won't like. If you need some resources, here's a tip on where to find them faster. If you need sulfur, metal or stone, you'll most likely to find them in the mountains, which are mostly white on the map. You can find wood pretty much anywhere, but it's more dense in forest, which are dark green on the map. You're much more likely to find animals on the edges of the map. This is because less people go there, so the animals aren't all hunted. And hemp or cloth is most easily obtained in the green areas on the map. If you need to build your base quickly, give your teammate all the wood to build a base, keep the resource you upgrade into and put away the rest. When going for the first upgrade, press and hold left click down when selecting the material. With the left click held down, go around and right click on all pieces you want to upgrade. This will allow you to upgrade your base almost instantly. But sometimes, upgrading your base may not go as smoothly as you would like it to go. For example, I can easily reach the walls on the sides of the TC, but I can't reach the ceiling or foundation in this triangle. Most of you will go outside to upgrade them. However, there's a better way. Just press F1 and write client.lookatradius 0.01 in the console. Now you can easily reach both the foundation and the ceiling to upgrade them. By the way, did you know that you can fit a locker in the airlock and it won't block the passage? And it's actually quite simple. All you need to do is rotate all the walls and doors so that the hard side faces inwards. If you can't rotate them, you need to upgrade everything in metal and then rotate them. Next, lean your back against the corner behind you and place the locker in front of you as close to the wall as possible. Pick up the front door, place it outwards, and that's it. Now you can use every inch of free space inside your base. If you use a shooting floor like this with a ramp and windows, you can quickly add protection to your base if you get raided from above. You can build a roof on top of the ramp to cover the passage inside the base. Because of this roof, it will be impossible to get inside, which will make it much more difficult for your enemies. And there's one more thing you should do on your shooting floor. You can attach small signs to the window bars to make it harder to hit you from the outside. Plus, it's much easier and cheaper than doing pixel gaps or build some complicated shooting floors. Moreover, you can also attach signs to the embrasures, which will make your shooting floor much better. Take a look at this horse, because it's the key to winning more fights. Horse armor not only protects the horse, but also gives an armor buff to the rider. Wooden horse armor gives 35% protection, and road signs gives 50%. So with a metal mask, you can take 4 headshots instead of 2. If you need to break a TC, never use F1 grenades, because it's a waste of resources. You need to spend 43 F1 grenades, which equals 1200 gunpowder. Instead, use 4-bin can grenades, which will only cost you 240 gunpowder. It's much cheaper, easier and faster. The new gas compression overdrive attachment is a must for all SMGs in the game. For just 10 hike wall, you can increase damage by 20% and velocity by 30%, which is crazy. You can use it with handmade SMG, custom SMG, Thompson, semi-pistol, M92 and semi-rifle. If I hit an enemy in the head with an SMG from a distance without using the attachment, I won't do enough damage. And if I use the attachment, that's gonna be an easy task. You can swim under the tires on the oil rig. This can help you hide from the clan, or wait for someone to swim away from the oil rig and catch them off guard. Also, you'll be able to heal safely here using bandages or syringes. And you don't need an oxygen tank, because you're not underwater. You can make a very simple but effective pixel gap using a splitter and a barricade. First, build a foundation with 2 wall frames on the sides, add a half wall with another wall frame in front and remove this half wall. Upgrade everything into stone, except for the high frame, it should be metal. Next, place double doors on the sides and a garage door in front. Place down a twig low wall below the garage door and attach a splitter in the middle as I do here. Check if you can place a barricade on top. If so, upgrade this low wall into stone and place a barricade on top. And there you have it, now your head is completely invisible to other players. If you don't want to use a red card every time you get to the launch site, you can use a regular bike. If you leave it in the right place in the room on the right, you'll be able to get on the bike through the window while outside. To do this, go inside the launch site through the back entrance. There should be a blue container on the right side. You'll have to use the red card the first time, but not after. Next, get on the bike and ride it into the room on the right. Here you need to pick up speed and drive on the ledge as high as possible so that your front wheel touches the window. And that's it. Now you can easily get on this bike from the outside. This is a regular 2x1 on the outside, but on the inside you can fit an entire oil refinery and other items. To do this, just find a flat surface and remove one of the squares. Don't worry, you can see it from the outside and you can't break anything inside, so it's completely safe. Next, build a half wall in the middle and place a furnace in the right corner. Hop on this furnace and place an oil refinery in the remaining space as I show. Now you can replace this half wall with a wall frame and garage door for extra protection. And that's it, you have a small base with an oil refinery. If you are low on HP and find water with food, drink all the water first to restore up to 44 HP and then use the food. And if you want to know how to make a one-way entrance to your base by using multiple roofs and hidden gun traps,